So this guy comes up to me and says, "Does your mom know you're gay?" And I say, "Well, your mom knows I'm circumcised." Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing a naked truth on circumcision. This is not a topic I like talking about because for me the jury's kind of out on it, and I don't understand why it's something we debate on. But just to be clear here, we're naked to show that we're honest and open, and we're not hiding anything because, you know, I mean, where would I hide something? Don't answer that. And yes, Trisha Hirschberger is having a child and wants to helicopter. She wants a helicopter. Yes, I'm sure Trisha Hirschberger would want a helicopter. But she wants to know about circumcising her boy there. That's really rude, helicopter. You know, I can't edit these, so you have to be in my video now. Yes, thank you, helicopter. Oh, what else could happen today? Had problems with my camera too, you know, just before finally got it working. Anyway, siren. There are two kinds of circumcision, of course. There is male and female circumcision. They are done for different reasons. Female circumcision is done not for health reasons, but to make sex less pleasurable for females. This is the kind of thing they do in countries where they don't want to deal with their child getting pregnant before getting married, so they don't have to deal with extra offspring. It's kind of a method of birth control. Not a terribly effective method of birth control. It would be more effective, I guess, to teach men to keep it in their pants, but this is why the UN says that female circumcision is a bad thing. So that's what it is. I'm going to set that off the table there. I took classes specifically done towards gender and sexuality. This is basically what science has to say about it. So then there's male circumcision. Male circumcision is done specifically to try and make the penis easier to clean. Now, again, the effects there are somewhat negligible. But you have to understand that when this became common practice, it's like, well, look, out of 100 babies, maybe 50 of them make it to adulthood. So if we can slice a little bit off there and make it 51, that's a good thing. And yes, you know, the basic fact is that you're removing a piece of skin. Under that piece of skin, bacteria can grow. So if you have a child that is uncircumcised, you need to teach them how to properly clean their penis. And as much as, you know, most parents don't really like discussing penis with child, unless they're my old man. He never stopped talking about it, but that's a conversation for another day. It needs to be noted that there are a number of people that have to get circumcisions later in life for legitimate medical reasons. That these circumcisions are considerably more painful because, well, look, when you're a child, when you're an infant, it's easier for you to adapt to things. It's easier for your body to heal. There's less likelihood of scarring, and so you remove that foreskin when they're a child, they pretty much grow up without it, never notice it's not there, never feel that kind of a loss. You remove that foreskin when they're an adult, it feels kind of weird. Okay, this is my understanding. I have not had this experience, but you know, there are conditions where, like, there's an infection that just won't go away. There's splitting of the skin. It can cause hypersensitivity of the tip of the penis. All those sorts of things. And of course, the reverse. If you're circumcised, it causes numbing of the tip of the penis. The penis itself is far less sensitive. At least so people tell me. But yeah, it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, it's not a big thing either way. I mean, again, I grew up Jewish, I'm circumcised, that's the thing. Now, I will have to point out that if you believe what many experts have been saying, and that antibiotics are going to become ineffective in the future, well, then you have to ask yourself, do I give my child a circumcision to prevent them from getting an infection that either kills them or destroys their penis? Yeah. See, again, that's the circumcision thing. It's not a big deal. No, it's not a big deal. It's just that a cleaner penis is a better penis. It's that simple. There are many places in Africa where, you have to get a male circumcision to be a man. But more civilized countries are being less and less interested in circumcision because, look, let's face it, it's easier for us now to clean our penises. But, for example, if you think your child might join the military, okay, you don't have the same access to soap, you may get an infection, you may lose your dong. Losing your dong is a bad thing. Again, you've now got a trap for bacteria. So if you're a loose person, if you go out there and have casual sex, you are more likely to pick up a disease. It becomes more important for you to teach an uncircumcised person how to properly use a condom. Again, is it a huge thing? No, it may be a 1 percentile sort of an issue, but it's back in the day. If you had the option of saying, well, my child has a 50% chance of surviving to adulthood, as opposed to a 51% chance of surviving to adulthood, well, that's a no-brainer for you. You go and you have the circumcision, because it increases that chances even to a very small degree. Again, it's become less important with the commonality of soap, the ability to wash and clean yourself. That's sort of how it is. You have to take it for what it is. You've got, on the one hand, circumcision used to be a bigger deal. It's about cleanliness. It's about health. On the other hand, nowadays, it's not that big of a thing. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the matter. Those thoughts are backed up by taking 2 separate courses in the psychology of human sexuality and reproductive health. And, take it or leave it. Again, it seems like a silly question to me, and I'm going to say this very simple. If I ever have boys, I'd want them to be circumcised. Again, it's a personal preference. It's just how it is. I don't want to be fiddling around with an infant's penis any more than I have to. So, circumcision, way to go, in my opinion. I'm Richard Neal.